Hello, you beautiful people. My name is Davi. I'm joined by Abe. We're Redox Cinema, and welcome back to another Bear Reaction. For our viewers and listeners, we hope you guys are doing well. Just a quick heads up, this episode is also available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, specifically the discussion portion of the show. And if you're looking for an uncut reaction, we are on Patreon. You'll find the link in the description to our Patreon. And thank you so much to our patrons and our subscribers here on YouTube. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing, liking this video, and also hitting the notification bell. Abe, how you doing, bro?
Chilling, brother. I'm doing back-to-back today.
Back-to-back.
We don't have any comments because we don't have a video to get comments from. Cranking these out. I know there was a while that people were like, damn, they just gave up on the bear.
Nah.
We're still here.
We're here, and let's do it. Honeydew. It seems like this is going to be a Marcus episode. I love that. Last episode was Sydney's episode. This one will be Marcus's. Let's get into it.
I'm looking at the air date now, too. It was a full year before the intention of the next one because it's going to come out in June of this year.
Yes.
That's crazy. Just pump these out year after year. Oh my God.
As of now, we are 7 weeks out. DBA just got rejected. Fire suppression hasn't shown up yet. And we only have a couple walls left standing.
Why did we get rejected?
Because we filed for a new name. Because we never filed for a first name. They, Mikey, weren't operating correctly. We're never doing business as. So now we have to file to do business as the Bear and pay a fine for not doing business as the Beef originally.
Oh my gosh.
It's all another money thing, Carm. Oh,
Okay.
DBA. Stressing me out.
She not told him yet? Oh my God.
No, has not.
Don't tell anyone. Okay. My problem, I don't want to be treated any different. I am completely terrified. And don't take this like I'm not excited, loving, and good, and happy.
He knows now.
Want to know to decide when and who pregnant.
Congratulations!
Oh boy. 7 weeks to open? Damn.
So I'm gonna go stage at a really great place. I get on a plane, go overseas. You know how I feel about that. I'm excited. And while I'm there, I come up with 3 really great desserts. You got any ideas? And I'm always a call away if you need anything. 8, 9 hour difference.
Damn, 8, 9 hours? What are they, Central Time? Chicago Central Time?
Mm-hmm.
It is?
Yeah.
You know, if she blinks 3 times, it means she's thirsty.
I got her.
Gotta trust, man.
He's a good son.
Plane mode is real. Otherwise, it could f with the cell towers and you'll end up in like Jersey or Pittsburgh or some shit. Your passport.
Dude,
I wonder if it's his first time flying.
Dude, are you for real?
she's right.
Mess with me, dog. Let me see the. Woohoo! Handsome on the passport.
Just do me a favor and check on my mom. You get some time?
Dude, I'm way ahead of you. Gonna check on her every morning on my way to work. Danish words, so we'll still be connected when you get back. I have a meskinin. I think that's airplane. A manlai, air conditioner.
That's important in the winter.
I mean, you never know. Global warming is popping off.
Right?
Look at a public transportation.
Oh,
Look
it's
at
so
that.
good. It's
Look at
way
that.
better. It's 10 times better. And they're clean, bro. Especially Copenhagen. Copenhagen is nice. They really take care of everything over there. They're cobblestone.
It's like Beacon Hill.
Yeah, a lot of roads like that. Oh, is he going on the boat? Nope.
That's his Airbnb.
Oh, that's kind of fire. Where's Coco? Let's meet it. Is it a dog or a cat? Or a hiding? It feels like a cat. This is dope. I love those shots. I love those shots. Wide into a zoom is so fire. Oh, eyebrows.
His name Will Poulter?
Yes, I think that's right. Yep.
That's 6 o'clock. That's always facing the guest.
Yes, chef.
You try. No, clockwise, chef. Start the same way.
Yes, chef.
No, again, chef.
So, I'm a little nervous.
Worse.
That's tough, bro.
Don't second guess yourself.
Yes, chef.
I am so bad with chopsticks.
Yeah.
I am horrendous.
I've gotten better over the last year.
Make sure you say gelée.
Yes, chef.
Recipe.
Thank you, chef.
He could tell just the way he said yes. No.
That's a little bit too thick, so just add some more pineapple juice.
Yes, chef.
Thick and it overpowers the other components.
I will say sometimes I see the way that these like pastry chefs and like these dessert chefs make these little pastries things, bro. And it's so much work for like the smallest little thing. Props to people who have the patience.
Like, I love macaroons, and they say the process to make macaroons is ridiculous. Like, it takes so long.
Well, your resume is incredible.
When can I talk to the chef?
You are.
Oh.
I'm there.
You are hired.
Made ice cream before, chef?
No, chef.
Want to?
Yes, chef.
He seems nice enough.
Vanilla bean?
Vanilla, yeah.
Away, back. Try.
All right. Back.
Try again. Oh, again, chef.
I was just calling so you could hear my voice. I really like the city. The place I'm staying at is a boat. Oh, the restaurant is beautiful. I'm really happy I'm here. I really wish you were here too.
You can see the guilt.
Watch me, comfortable, jump in, don't try and be a hero and then fuck it up.
Yes, chef.
Those drizzles and stuff, bro. I'm like, that stuff is so...
There's a whole technique and
Yeah.
everything.
Operation.
He said it's like an operation, yeah.
Yeah, but like the game. That's,
You-
It kind of tastes like a
Minty Snickers bar.
Snickers bar. That's crazy.
what?
fire. Sounds fire. Even though I don't like milk.
is
I don't like mint and chocolate, but
That is crazy. That thing tastes like a minty. What?
fire. Yeah, pastries is where they get me, bro.
Hey, Marcus.
So sick out here.
When was the last time you guys did this?
Think never. We're gonna tell secrets. That's what we do.
It's gonna pop.
It's gonna pop.
Popping. It popped.
Richie just laughing in the background. Did you see that?
Oh my god. Dude, yeah, if I was a chef, I'd be 700 pounds. There's no way. Literally, where is Coco?
So how long you been a cook?
About a year and a half.
14 years now. Wow. Too well in school. Got in quite a bit of trouble. They caught me, made me wash dishes, and I loved it. What about you?
Needed a job.
A lot about the jobs.
Worked at the phone company for like 5 years, and then McDonald's. Played Division III football in college. Side linebacker.
Does an outside linebacker do?
Cover the end and protect the pass. I loved it. And it paid for school, but nowhere really to go after. 4 years ago, my mom got sick. Always used to get lunch at this beef spot. It was really tight, but also really out of his fucking mind. And he wanted to open a bakery. Started making Big Macs, and I learned how to make bread.
How's your mum doing?
They say the expectancy was only a couple of years, 4 years ago, so I just try to spend as much time with her as I can. No, younger brother. You?
Yeah, I got a younger sister somewhere, yeah.
Somewhere.
Damn.
How'd you get good at this?
Actually, made a lot of mistakes.
That's the secret? Just fuck up.
It might be, fuck up. This time, I realized that I wasn't the best. So I started looking at it like it was a good thing. And the only logical thing to do was to try and keep up, but I never left this guy's side.
And you got better.
I got better than I ever thought I possibly could be just from trying to keep up with him.
You like Pippen, Scottie Pippen. He was like that with Michael Jordan.
Who's Michael Jordan?
Oh my god.
Oh
Come
my
on, brother.
god.
No, you know who Michael Jordan is.
Yeah, no, we've heard of him in London, yeah. Yeah, I guess, like Scotty.
But he was a Hall of Famer, though. Number 33.
Honored. No, but I think at a certain stage it becomes less about skill and it's more about being open.
Open?
Yeah, the world, to yourself, other people.
Like a really wholesome
Yeah.
conversation.
What this show does so well is this is a type of conversation you would have with someone, I feel like, realistically speaking.
Yeah.
It's worth it, the time you put in.
Ask me tomorrow.
Bro, I want to go to this place. It's beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
Oh my god. That's a fat chicken sandwich.
That was a chicken sandwich?
I think so. Or a fish sandwich.
Fish,
I don't
chicken.
know.
Oh my god, looks so good.
No, man.
You know what I've noticed about this episode? It's edited to the character's personality. Marcus, we know he's going through mad stuff with his mother and everything, but he's still a laid back person. And I feel like the episode is edited to that laid
Yeah, it's
back
their
character,
aesthetic
to
and their
his aesthetic.
Yeah.
That's nice. It's really good.
Bikes. Not to really be in Copenhagen, you got to ride a bike, my guy.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh my god. Call somebody, bro.
On the count of three. Go 1, 2, 3. All right. Sorry.
What an interesting scene.
Hey.
Every time I try to talk, I'm like,
Call me European Marcus. That's my name. That's what everyone calls me out here. Greatest comeback of all time.
what? Why does everybody know that?
He's like an American staple.
It was very cool. They won. Sports. You're like, enjoy yourself.
I do feel a little guilty, though.
Yeah, you called the name.
Christy's calling me, telling me that my mom's dead. I wake up and everything is fine.
Yeah, I get that. Also, it's okay with people who care about her and are taking care of her. You can't take care of her. You're not taking care of you. Ugh, I miss you, man.
She too. Oh, sit. Play too much.
That's a little bit scary. I saw him.
Interesting.
Is that like a sweet caviar or is that his
I don't know. Okay. Wow. Oh, did he direct that episode? Is that Rami Youssef?
Is that?
Hold on. No, never mind. Rami Youssef sounds familiar. Oh, it's this guy.
He has a show too, and he's in Poor Things.
Yes, he is. I knew I recognized his name. I was like, Rami Youssef. Who?
He's a comedian too.
Yeah.
This was a great episode. It felt like it took a more laid back from the other ones, and I think that was true to the character that Marcus is.
Yeah.
I think it was very aligning to the character and his personality.
Yeah, now that we're in the 4th episode, we're basically halfway through the season, right? It's only 8 episodes.
From what I know.
Let's just double check. 10. Okay. So we're like almost halfway through the season. It feels like what you were saying is correct in terms of like this is going to be all build up to opening the bear, like actually opening the bear. And everyone has like their journey in part of that. Like we see Carmi and Sid's like big picture menu, all of like the preparation for it, like that's on them. But then you have like Tina and Ibra who are going to go get like certified, like go to school for it. And you have Marcus who needs to go stage in Denmark. Like I like how they're showing like it's one story, but there's so many little narratives to be told based on the character and based on their role that they're playing in this. And I like how they're showing that because it makes you, once it all comes together, you have all that context where everybody's hard work came in together to make it work. And I think that this was an episode that like perfectly like captured that for Marcus.
There was something that happened in this episode that we were like, huh? Why?
the guy who
Marcus saving the man who got in the accident. I'm just wondering, what was your first initial reaction to that?
I was so confused at first because I was like, oh my God, like what's happening here? I think the only thing that I can really pinpoint it to is something that Luca, who's Will Poulter's character, was saying when they were talking is like, you have to go out and live life and be out in the world. And it almost felt like that was just a moment where he was out there and he had to make a decision that was completely unrelated to what he does. You know what I mean? And just the experience of being able to help somebody and lift somebody out of pain and hurt and all of that stuff. It felt a little bit symbolic in a way. And yeah, I don't know. It felt like this like dramatic moment, but something that like weirdly Marcus like knew almost exactly what to do and like how to help this person. And he knew like that. I think it also exemplified like him as a good person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody who doesn't mind putting things down. He's selfless. You know what I mean? Doesn't mind putting something down to go and help somebody, like he does with his mom, like he does with other people when they're working together to build up the restaurant. I mean, like he could be out practicing his desserts and everything by himself, but he's there doing demolition all the time. He's always checking on his mom, all that stuff. I feel like it kind of exemplifies like his selflessness a little bit. But yeah, it was a really interesting scene. For people who have seen this already, put it down in the comments if you have any interpretations of that scene that you think is valid or might shed some light on something about Marcus's character or just the story in general.
Yeah, I think it's just a callback to who he is as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
He is someone who's very humble and someone who takes care of others before himself.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it was showing, that even him being, miles away from home, across the ocean, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's still keeping that same character, even if he's in a different country.
Yeah.
I think that's what I saw from it.
Yeah.
And there was a beautiful conversation that he had with Luca while they were prepping. And it felt like, for me, what I was saying, it felt like a very honest conversation that you have with, an individual at work, where you're just chilling, doing work together. And then out of nowhere, you just start asking questions about each other's lives. And it gets into a moment where you start to see growth in you and, in your life and how you've walked this world. And I'm just wondering, what did you take from that conversation?
Yeah, I mean, I think the one thing that I'll take is like, I feel like for some of them, the people who work in the restaurant who maybe haven't been in the business for so long or haven't seen outside, they might have this perception of people and egos and how big egos are based on how good the restaurants that people have worked in are, how good they are at a certain skill or cooking and all that stuff. And I think we saw here, like, Luca is a person who had to like build himself up, and that ego basically like was not shown. And I think it was so like helpful to Marcus to be able to see that, and also like hear from him like he knows he's not the best and had to like build himself up to get there, and that it was a grind, and that's kind of the path that he has to take to be able to get there. But then the other piece that I thought was interesting is just like the talk about their family and just being open with each other. The episode, like, while it was laid back and it was a good episode, it was mainly kind of feel good. It also felt a little bit lonely. Because Marcus is there kind of by himself. He's living on a boat, like all that stuff. Even the cat that's supposed to be there, like, isn't there.
Not there, yeah.
And it just felt almost like two lonely souls, like, coming together at the right time to like kind of comfort each other. That's how I felt like the conversation went. And I feel like Marcus got plenty out of that conversation, but I think Luca also got something out of like the companionship from Marcus. And I think he realized really quickly, like, Marcus is such a genuine person, that even if he is struggling with X, Y, and Z, just like putting his arm around him, he'll like make it work and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also just noticing that there's other people around the world that you can connect to. It's not just within, the culture that you're living in. You can go across, you can go to Copenhagen and you may find someone who, you may not share the same background, but you will find a connection where you guys can, see eye to eye in your life experiences. So that's why I thought that conversation was beautiful.
Agreed.
And there again, you talked about his guilt of him, going to Denmark and leaving his mother. If you were in his position, how would you feel the same way as well?
Yeah, man, that's stuff that you can't. No matter how many times people tell you like this is what you need to do for yourself, and like you shouldn't feel guilty, like there always is that element of guilt when you're so used to, and people are used to depending on you, and you're used to like taking care of others, like you said before, yourself. I think there's always going to be that element of guilt of like, dang, like I'm here kind of doing something for myself. I'm working. I'm doing something productive, but at the same time, I feel guilt for not being there, not being supportive, not being able to take care of my mom and all that stuff. And then the other piece about like he shared that we really don't even know how much time his mom had left. What I took away from the conversation when he was talking about her life expectancy, and it's supposed to be 2 years, and now basically it's 4 years, is almost like every single day that he has with her, he has to like cherish. And I think that's also part of where the guilt comes from, of like, she could go at any minute. Who knows? I should be there. You know what I mean? And it's very clear, like, he wants to be able to share all that with her. Like, if his mom was in good health, like, you can tell, like, he would want to bring her there, show her around, show her the things that he's working on, just, like, share that joy. But, like, he's trying his best, and he's still, like, staying connected, which it shows you, like, how good of a person he is and his character is. So, yeah, I think the guilt is something that you'll need to manage. And this is the difficult part, too, about people who really want to get good at their craft. It always happens. People feel guilty because you will have competing priorities from other people, from other things that you have in your life, that sometimes you have to prioritize your craft or something you really need to work on to be able to really improve, hone in on it, and be the best in a sense.
Yeah.
And I think Marcus has struggled with that sort of prioritization in the past because of the other things in his life. And this is like a moment where he realizes, and he learned from Luca, like, dang, it's like somebody really put the time in, and it looks like they're getting something out of it. And you could see the skill that he gets getting out of it. So it's kind of like that battling of the guilt versus like, if I really want to do this, I have to put a lot of effort into this.
Yeah. What did you think of that advice Luca gave him? Saying like, not everyone, basically what I got from it is like, not everyone can be Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
But like, if you shadow someone who is Michael Jordan and you try to work up to that level, you'll see the improvement.
Oh yeah. 100%. I love that, bro, because putting yourself on a pedestal to try to be the absolute best in these sorts of situations, I feel like is super draining, and it can be a little bit demoralizing when you see, like, if you're kind of down here and the person that you're, being mentored by or like you work with is like way up here. If your goal is to be better than them, like sometimes that can be demoralizing because you look at the gap. But if you think about like every second I spend with them is learning and is improvement. It's almost like a more like growth mindset sort of thing versus like the constant competition. And I think Luca kind of touched on that a little bit too. And I'm glad that the way Marcus showed up, I think he felt like that in the beginning. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like he was trying to compete with Luca. I mean, granted, it's only the two of them there. There's nobody else to kind of compete with, but it felt like he was there to really just try to learn and grow from him.
Yeah. I think one thing I've noticed from Marcus's character is that he's not someone who is trying to compete. He's someone who's trying to learn and trying to just grow. And it seems like he is a person who's doing this out of love. He doesn't care about the stars. He doesn't care about, the recognition. He's just...
It's true passion.
Yeah, it's the passion. So what is the difference of what we saw from Sydney's episode versus Marcus's episode?
I mean, yeah, that's a really good point because it's like a parallel, right? You have almost a similar kind of situation where they both have to like hone in their craft. Sydney's trying to make dishes that are new, exciting, and she's falling flat. Marcus is here learning, being open, and he's creating something at the end. We see him create something that seemingly he liked because he was like smiling and, he didn't spit it out. We saw with Sydney in the last episode. And I think it's exactly the reason why is exactly what you said. Like there's a passion to it. And the reason why he's doing this is because he's so passionate about it. And he hasn't been doing it for long. You know what I mean? Like when you start early, you don't have all the cynicism. You don't have like all the bad thoughts of like how bad the industry is. You just start doing something and you love it.
Yeah.
And I think he has that like good innocence in him that maybe Sydney's lacking a little bit of, in the sense of just being open and creating for the love of creating it, not because you need it to be the absolute best. I think that's like the parallel between their two characters. I mean, I feel like she could actually learn a lot from Marcus.
Yes,
in that sense.
That's true, 100%. Their little FaceTime call was I think, was nice to see. Sydney was validating him as well. I think that was good to know, seeing that they have a good relationship. So yeah, what did you think of that FaceTime call? Was it anything that stood out to you on that?
No, I mean it's the show is very intentionally showing us some like very tender moments between them, and I don't know what my entire read on it is in terms of their relationship. I can't tell if it's like something that's supposed to be romantic or if it's more of like a big brother, little sister, or like that kind of dynamic. But either way, like it's very clear that they both appreciate each other and they value the relationship that they have. And they pick each other up when they're down, I think is one piece. And they're very open. That's what it feels like. At least Marcus is. And I think, we'll continue to see that relationship as they struggle, as they grow, all of that stuff.
Yeah. And we never got to meet the cat.
No. Shout out Coco. He's a ghost.
Is that a metaphor for something? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out.
Maybe.
there.
I think again, like the loneliness, like, oh yeah, there's a cat. No, like the cat's never around.
Yeah.
And like having to take that moment of solitude to like work on yourself and the craft. That's how I kind of read into that.
Yeah. And then at the beginning of this episode, Carmi's sister announces that she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And of course, in the bear fashion, something goes down where everyone finds out.
They break the fourth wall. Literally. The wall just comes
Another wall
down.
comes down.
Yeah. That was great. I mean, I think it's really interesting. She was like, I don't want everybody to know. I think she's stressed out about that. And now she's like placing all her stress into the job because she can kind of ignore it a little bit, like becoming a mom and all that. And I think the more we learn about like their family life and like their mom and like that kind of stuff, maybe we'll learn why there's some anxiety in having a child. I mean, in general, having a child is scary, but
yeah,
it feels like there's more there in this case. But it was so funny the way that it was like kind of announced, and there wasn't like a tender moment about it. It was just kind of like, hey, everybody knows you're pregnant.
She goes, I knew it. But yeah, man, another fantastic episode. This show is amazing, man.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, y'all, thank you so much for watching and listening to this episode. We'll be back for more of the Bear Reaction and see you soon. Stay beautiful, y'all.
Peace.